Our recall alert with you tonight. More than 3.2 million calico critter toys are being recalled after 2 children died. The toys were sold in a set with baby bottle and pacifier accessories. The toys were sold at Walmart and Amazon from 2000 to 2021.
Coming up, an accident on the tracks.
It was really just a freak of nature.
The steps being taken to clean up the train derailment site in West Virginia along the New River. Cleanup and recovery continued today after a train derailment in rural West Virginia spilled diesel fuel into the New River. But crews have had the big task ahead of them of removing the rest of the train from the tracks, as well as this huge boulder that caused the derailment. We've been checking with CSX officials throughout the day to get an update on that work and what's next in the cleanup process. We're told the boulder has been moved out of the way and will need to be broken up into smaller pieces. When we talked with CSX this afternoon, they said crews were working to remove a locomotive that was partially in the New River. For its removal, crews placed additional spill containment booms in the river to capture any additional fuel that leaked out. But they'll also have to address fuel that spilled elsewhere.
There is some that is on that gravel that you see in the rail line, and we're going to need to go in and excavate all of that gravel to make sure that we get all of the stone and soil that could have come into contact with the diesel fuel.
2 of the 3 CSX workers hurt in yesterday's derailment are still in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We made it easy for you to check out video of the scene. Just scan the QR code that you see on your screen. That will take you to drone video of yesterday's derailment.
And today, word of yet another Norfolk Southern train derailment came as the company's CEO was appearing before Congress apologizing for the toxic derailment in Ohio. Fully expecting a bipartisan grilling, CEO Alan Shaw started with an apology and a promise.
We're going to be there for as long as it takes to help East Palestine thrive and recover.
But when senators asked for specific commitments to cover residents' medical expenses for exposure to toxins and lost property value, the railroad exec kept it vague.
commit to paying for long-term medical testing for people in the impacted communities?
Senator, I'm committed to doing what's right.
Will you commit to compensating affected homeowners for their diminished property values?
Senator, I'm committed to do what's right.
Well, what's right is a family that had a home worth $100,000 that is now worth $50,000 will probably never be able to sell that home for $100,000.
You heard how the arguments went. If the company fails to completely clean up East Palestine, the EPA is threatening to force it to pay triple the costs of the cleanup.
The 10 News Weather Authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
We are now on day 4 of Severe Weather Awareness Week here in the Commonwealth. Today we're going to talk about flooding. What's the difference between a flash flood watch or a flood watch and a flash flood watch and a flash flood warning? You'll notice here that a flood watch is flooding or standing water. It's possible. It's not a likelihood. It's something that you may want to watch out for. A flash flood warning or a flood warning is flooding will either happen or is happening. So there's a pretty big difference. Just like when we talk about a severe thunderstorm watch versus warning and a tornado watch versus a warning is certainly the more severe of the two. Want to show you what we're seeing here on the local view, and yes, indeed, the rain is knocking on our doorstep. It is raining across far southwest Virginia. Could be a stray sprinkle in Bland and Grayson counties, but for the most part, the rain is going to pick up here as we get a little bit closer to midnight or 1 a.m. First folks to get wet will be Bland, Wythe, and Grayson counties, and then that rain will overspread the region here as we head into later tonight. Now, 3, 4, 5 a.m. it's going to be raining in many of our backyards. However, you head along and north of I-64, that is where we will have the best chance for a little bit of a mixed bag of weather mixing in. That could be a little bit of snow, sleet, maybe a little bit of freezing rain. It will be towards Highland and Bath counties and towards the higher terrain of Allegheny and or Rockbridge counties. It looks like, oops, I hit the wrong button here. It looks like as we head into Friday, say by noon, a lot of this rain is gone, okay? So I think the best chance for precipitation with this piece of energy will be later tonight into tomorrow morning. I think by tomorrow afternoon, honestly, most of us are dry, and we may even close out the day tomorrow with some sunshine. Now, I will tell you that tomorrow night we're going to have some upslope or west slope snow showers. Most of those are going to stay in West Virginia. Every now and again tomorrow night, may see a little bit of a spillover towards parts of the Highlands and the New River Valley. Otherwise, on Saturday, we're going to see any cloud cover in the morning in the mountains breaking for more sunshine. Looks like Lynchburg and South Side, you're probably going to be mainly sunny all day long on Saturday. And then Sunday will be, I think, the day where you're going to want to have backup plans. Looks like Sunday is going to be another kind of dreary day for us. Top 5 snowless streaks across the Roanoke Valley. These days between 1-inch snows, we have gone now 416 days since our last 1-inch snow in Roanoke. Last one happened for us in February of 2022. That puts us in number 4 position in the top 5 list of all time of snowless streaks here in the Roanoke Valley. Are we going to get any before winter ends? We'll have to see. Sunday might be our best chance, and even then, it doesn't look like it's a great chance for at least the Roanoke Valley. Maybe a better chance north and west. 48 right now in Lynchburg, 53 Roanoke, 42 Martinsville, 47 as we speak in Wytheville. Jet stream is going to take a big old dip to the south, and that's going to keep the cooler air in place here for a while. We're going to turn cooler tomorrow. We're going to stay cool this weekend. We're going to stay cool into the early to middle parts of the next work week. We should start to warm up a little bit by late next week. The pros and cons here of this upcoming cold spell. Positive is that the pollen levels are going to go down here when we turn cooler. The negative is could be harmful to the early blooms that are out and about. Keep in mind, we've started to see the trees bloom and certainly the bulbs coming out of the ground. Overnight lows tonight, 37 to 44, 3-day zone by zone forecast, 40 to 45 in the NRV for the next 3 days. Coldest day in the Highlands will be Sunday, upper 30s and lower 40s. South side, you're in the 50s for the next 2 days before you fall into the 40s on Sunday. In Lynchburg, your chance for rain is tomorrow morning. Then we dry out. Another chance for rain on Sunday. And then we'll see a little more sunshine Monday, Tuesday of next week. Across the Roanoke Valley, you're in the 50-degree mark range Friday, Saturday, 40s on Sunday, lower 50s Monday, 40s return on Tuesday.